The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra writer Josh Hamilton has opened up about the one romantic relationship that never made its way into the latter Nickelodeon series. During an appearance on the latest episode of the Avatar Braving the Elements podcast, Korra voice star Janet Varney, Zuko voice star Dante Basco, and writer Josh Hamilton discussed the various romantic pairings in The Legend of Korra. The one that I really wanted, which I pushed for and I was shot down multiple times over and over again, was Bolin and Varrick's assistant Zhu Li, he said. I was I know you guys probably, she kind of reminded me of kind of Talladega Nights Amy Adams, Hamilton continued. Kind of like pulling down the hair and something's gonna happen. They were just, I was laughed at. I just wanted him to have a couple wild rides along the way. Introduced in the second episode of The Legend of Korra, Bolin is the earthbending brother of the firebending Mako. When the pair lost their parents at a young age, they eked out lives for themselves on the streets of Republic City. Eventually, the two became pro-bending competitors and were joined in their efforts by Avatar Korra, with whom they formed a fast friendship. Bolin and Mako both played key roles throughout The Legend Korra, eventually taking part in the final battle against Kuvira. Zhu Li was introduced in the 13th episode of The Legend of Korra, which also marked the debut of wealthy businessman and adventurer Varrick. As Varrick's assistant, Zhu Li is always at the ready to help him carry out whatever new plans he has in mind at any given time. In fact, Zhu Li is arguably responsible for many of Varrick's successes, especially his more daring efforts. Although Zhu Li and Varrick's working relationship nearly fell to pieces, the pair ultimately reunite not just as professional partners, but as husband and wife. In September, creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko discussed the difficulties in making The Legend of Korra, particularly its second season, which came well over a year after the first, despite the show's otherwise tight release schedule. Konietzko explained that the series lost its animation studio between seasons. So we had this pickup for season 2, but all of a sudden we didn't have a studio. And we had raised the bar so high that it was already hard to find studios that could do Avatar. So we were in a real predicament, and that's why Book 2 was so delayed. We didn't have a vendor. Konietzko also recalled making the first season of The Legend of Korra without any real input or oversight from Nickelodeon. It was weird. Nickelodeon greenlit Book 1 of Korra before they even talked to us, before there was even an idea, Konietzko stated. Then the overlords came, months later after not checking in, and we put together like a little sizzle reel out of the animatics that we had. And they were like, this is amazing. Why are we only doing 12 episodes? They forgot their own angry mandate. Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra are both available to stream on Paramount+. The former series is also currently streaming on Netflix.